Hey, what's up, Kingdom Church family? I hope you guys are doing good. It's Pastor Steve. I wanted to give you a quick update on regathering and some things that are happening in our community here locally, but also nationally as well. First off, when it comes to regathering, I want to say, man, I miss you guys. I hope that I can see you guys extremely soon, but there's a few things kind of stopping us from being able to do that. One is that we rent our space every Sunday morning, and that space is rented from the city. The city actually owns our facility, which means until the city opens back up the facility, we won't be able to regather just yet. And so we've just kind of said, God, we are waiting on your timing to regather. I know a few of you this week alone, as I've texted you, you've said, hey, when are we regathering, Pastor Stephen? Man, I wish I could give you an answer, but I don't have an answer yet. And so I'm being extremely patient myself in waiting to see when the city is actually going to allow us back into the facility. Until then, our team, our leadership team, and some people who serve in our local church have been praying about a physical space. We have started to believe God that He wants to give us our own space. Every Sunday morning, our team sets up and tears down, and that's not what we want for the long-term future. But sometimes when you plant churches, you have to do what you have to do to be able to get that church off the ground. And so we want to find a space where we all can go and worship together, and our teams can come and serve, worship, and go home and not worry about setting anything up. So I ask you to be in prayer with us, but that's also going to require you to remain faithful in your giving. The only way we are able to continue to push forward and do everything that we feel like God has called us to do is because of your faithful giving. And so I ask you as your pastor to remain faithful in your giving. I trust that you've been doing that, but I also just wanted to encourage you for a moment. The second thing is, man, there's some crazy things going on around the world. I mean, if you get on social media, everybody has an opinion about what's happening around the world. And I know this to be true for sure, that God is going to get the glory out of everything that's happening around the world. But I also know this, you've been given a right, and that right is to vote. And now, pastor's not going to tell you who to vote for. I don't believe the Bible commands me as a leader to tell you who to vote for. But I do believe it encourages me to push you to where God has called you to be, but also to encourage you in the rights that you have. And one of those rights is a right to vote. And I hope that you guys will take on that desire and that right as election season approaching. We have both elections for our local government and also for our national government. Man, presidency is a big thing, isn't it? And so this year you have an opportunity to make informed decisions about who you want to be your leaders. And so I implore you to take on that right. If you're 18 and you haven't registered to vote, I want you to go register to vote. If you moved here to be a part of the church plan and you say, man, I haven't updated my voter registration, I want you to go update your voter registration. In fact, I'm going to add some links with this video, maybe in the caption below, where you can actually go to those things and actually register or update your information as you need to when it comes to voting. But I also want you to do something. I want you to fill out your census. The census is important. The census helps us to figure out what's happening in communities around the world. Not only does it give us an accurate account of the people who are living in the United States, but also it helps us capture accurate information in what communities and what needs that might be in each community. And so I want you to do this because this helps our local leaders make decisions about what's happening in our city. I pray that you are encouraged. I pray that everything is going well with you. Pastor Steve is thinking about you. I want to see you soon. Until then, I pray that you will remain faithful, even while we're online, even while we have to worship online. I pray that you remain faithful and that you will be on the lookout for an update about when we might regather. And whenever we regather, I want you to hear this from me. We're going to make sure we do everything to make sure it's safe, to make sure that you feel comfortable, and to make sure that we're doing everything to protect you in our space. I cannot wait to see you. I love you. Please be praying for me and our leadership team as we lead through all of these different crazy things that are happening in the world. I love you. Can't wait to see you soon.